During the month of January, I'm going to be taking you through every single day to tell you exactly how much I have made mining the Helium mobile token using my 5 CRB radios that I have placed in 2 different areas. Yes, they should be in 5 different areas, but I did what I did. And so here I'm going to be showing you exactly how much I made and show you as the month goes on, as I'm trying to find other places for these radios and kind of see how things change as it goes. I will also be adding and jumping on the service plan myself. The only reason I haven't already is because my phone is too old and now I have to go buy a new one in order to do it. So here we go. This is part of the process. You'll get to see every single day exactly what changes and based on the market, what's happening. First off, if you are interested in following this, make sure to go to my channel and subscribe. This is my very first video on this channel, so I'm very excited to be able to share that with you. So for Helium, starting on January the 1st, the price was 0.003784, and I made about $51.47. That was a good amount. So in total, I am making about 2,600, and it goes down every day by about 15 to 30 per radio. And so with that, in each one, and then if you go over to the one where I only have 2, that's actually making more money because they do penalize you for keeping multiples in one area. So they want you to spread these radios out. These are all indoor radios, and so that's just how it's worked out so far. I bought these when they first came out, and that was the problem at the very, very beginning. It was so hard to get them. Like, this was during like 2020 time period, 2021-ish, when I bought these, and they were waiting for all the Raspberry Pis to come in, and like, it was just so hard to get your hands on any kind of H&T related device. So it was very exciting to get them. And then when I got them set up, it was right before the Genesis period, and I had them plugged in, and then I just had them plugged in since then. So they just kind of sat there, and nothing, it was during crypto winter, and so I basically just like, I had nothing. It was down at 0. I had lost all my money. So I was like, meh, whatever. So I just didn't do anything with it. And I just kind of closed my apps for a couple of years until this last couple of months where things brightened up quite a bit. And so I'm excited to be able to see what is going to come of this whole thing. Now, I really like to invest in things that have a real world application. And I believe Helium Mobile is that. So because I kind of see it as when for anybody who wasn't around during that time, during the .com period, so like right between 1999 to 2000, right when the .com bombs. Basically, you had everybody and their grandma bought a .com, and they thought, oh, I just bought this domain, this URL, which means that I'm going to be a millionaire. It's just everything was making so much money, but they had no business behind them. They had no actual way to bring in extra money on top of it. And so I kind of see a lot of crypto as that. And it's one of those, like the meme tokens and all these things, they have their place, and I'm glad that they're there, but it's not something that I want to jump into. I kind of felt like that's how 2020 into 2021 was from the last bull run for the crypto markets, was everybody just thought, oh, it's crypto, buy it, and then it'll make money. And honestly, that's kind of how I acted when I went in there. No, I wasn't doing like major funds, but I was like $10 here, $20 there, $100 here. But I had no idea about the background of the business. I didn't know if they were making money. I didn't know anything about these things. They were just like, oh, it's going up, so let's buy it. And since then, I was like, this reminds me a lot of that whole situation. And so that is why anything that I invest into, it must have a real life application and a business kind of that is going to grow with it. Maybe it's a device, maybe it's a code of some kind, like it's smart contracts. These are the kind of things that I want to see disrupt what is actually happening today. And that is real businesses. So if you have knowledge and you want to shill on one of the businesses that you have found that has a kind of crypto application, then please, that is what the comment section is for. Go ahead. So as we can see today, we've had quite the volatility. I mean, it was a lot higher up here. But, I mean, I feel like these moments where it'll come back. I just believe it will. because of a couple of different things. One, you have the monthly plan for Helium has become the game changer. So in the telecom industry, so this is because now that they have started adding these $20 phone plans, people actually trust it and be like, okay, cool. I'd love to get my phone down to $20 because my phone is maybe in the 50s or $60 a month, and that's kind of where mine is. And I'm like, I should definitely change that over. The only reason I haven't yet is because my phone is really old and I just haven't wanted to get a new phone because ain't nobody got time for that. But now that I know that I'm making money off of these things, I think it might be worth it. I can make the sacrifice with my time. All right, let's jump into the X. This is what has been going on on Helium Mobile. So first off, we got the pin comment, and then right here it says that calling all of our Bay Area community, free coffee for Helium Mobile subs are now available for a limited time at the Motivat Coffee in Oakland. So good for Oakland and the Bay Area. I've spent quite a bit of time out there. So going back to the reason why I'm making different amounts or less amounts on the ones where I have 3 instead of just 1 at every location, yes, I should have them all at different locations. But here's the thing is it was at first I did have them at different ones, but then the people that were so nice to let me put them there were like, why is this here? I don't want it here. And they didn't really have anything to keep it there. Like, for example, knowing that it would actually feed their phone service. I feel like it's going to be a lot easier now once I get other people signed up for the phone service to be able to be like, oh yeah, and here, let me put this antenna at your house as well so that you can have perfect signal at your house. With H&T, originally you would build out the LoRa network, and it was basically a Ponzi because it's one of the largest networks that nobody uses, and it was never really easy to get products on the network to be able to use it. It was hard to figure out until like you had to be like a coder in order to make any of these products work. There was nothing like, if they would have had specifically it, like for example, the Apple iTag, where you can just like the little dot thing that you can put on different things. If they would have just had that and just gone into mass production of those, then this would have been amazing. And you would have had all of the people who were building the network would have been happy to go out and just sell a billion of these little devices. But that they just never had it, so that meant that there was no new money coming in. It was just the people who were setting out and building out the network were having to pay the $10 in order to have their radio set in the new location. And going back, I liked this comment on Buck Gup, whatever their thing is. It says mobile burn will be starting January 8th. And so it's saying that now that they're selling all these hotspots for your mobile, once they actually go and put them in, they also are going to be using $10 worth of the token in order to set up these new hotspots. So no matter what the token is worth, it's now going to cost $10 in order to put them out. And the X has shown that all of these batches have now sold out. So on January 2nd, they said that, okay, we just got new stock. And then the exact same day, just a couple hours later, they're like, hey, that batch is sold out. So now batch 3 will start shipping in January 29th. And that's basically how it was back then. And that is also when the H&T went up to $50 per one. And so it was crazy during that time. And so I have high hopes for this one. So now as you go ahead and you get your service, and if you also get the hotspot, then you are paying the money for the service, but then you'll also have to pay, depending on what kind of hotspot you have, if it has the LoRa connector as well as the Freedom Fi. Well, that's when I had it. It was the LoRa connector with a Freedom Fi box, and I'll show it on probably one of the next streams. But each one of them, so one was for H&T and the other one was actually for the radio. And so it'll probably be total onboarding fee of $30 is what they're saying. And so you're paying in H&T and also in mobile. They're burning $20 worth of mobile for that, which is crazy. Like, that is going to lead to amazing sell and buying pressure as time goes on. And what's good about that, though, is that they're capping the amount of money that is being sold to the outside customer and then just making that worth whatever it's worth on the main side, so that the customer doesn't have to pay for the increase in price, but all of the people who have the tokens are going to be able to take advantage of that. I have a lot of hope for this. Like, so that's why I'm not worried when I see that it's gone in the last month. It's gone like way up at 0.3 again. Because back then we were like at 000 threes and twos and stuff, and it's like, oh my gosh. So it's amazing how things have shifted. If you've got a crypto device or something that kind of bridges the gap between the crypto world and the real world, I would love to hear about it. That's really where I would love to focus all of my energy when it comes to reviewing these different networks. So please let me know. Go ahead and shill in the comments. And for everybody else who's not here to shill, go ahead and let me know. I want to know how long you have been a part of the project, or if you are a part of the project, if you have any other questions, any specific things you want me to cover as I go through this month. Okay, until next time, give me crypto deals.